Hey folks, it's Jake here at Canadian Cutting Edge, and I've got another Olight today. Olight sent this to me, about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks ago now, I think. And I'd like to share it with you because this might just be my favorite new light of this category, of this size, this general size. We've got the M1T RAIDER, brand new from Olight. And I want to show this thing to you. As usual, Olight's got 5-year warranties on their flashlights, which is a great thing. And they do a wonderful job with putting these things together. And I don't know, they're quickly becoming my favorite flashlight company. There's other good ones out there, of course, but these guys consistently knock it out of the park. So you want to stick around as we check this thing out, coming at you right now. Okay, so as you can see, I've opened up the box because I've used this thing for a while, over a week. I've been playing with it. When you open the package, it comes out like this. Very good packaging materials. You get a lot of the information on the back right here. Let's see if we can get this to focus. The specifications are right there. You get, you can put in, actually it doesn't list it right there, but you can put in rechargeable batteries if you want to. Well, actually, you got the CR123A. You can get the rechargeable RCR 123A, but you can also do the 16340. I think that's the number. I'll put it on the screen exactly which one it is. And you can get an awful lot of light out of this thing. 500 lumens or 5 lumens. And IPX8, it's got all kinds of great stuff. Let's get looking at it in more detail. I showed you that long enough now. This is what's inside the package. One of the things I really like about this is the double pocket clip. So the pocket clip means you can put it on this way, or you can put it on that way. Let's put this aside for a second. Turn this over, open up the package, and at the back of the package, we get this README, which is important because inside the package, they put in a small plastic seal, and that's to keep the battery away from, you know, the chip that runs the flashlight, so that there's no battery drain and there's no much lower risk of there being any problems during shipping. So make sure you take this out, because if you don't, your flashlight will not operate. So you take that out, and then also on the inside you got a list of instructions right here, the user manual, and it comes in a number of languages. You've got that same information again that was at the back, and it shows you which way to put it in. Positive side battery in first, and on the other side you got QR code that you can scan to get at it, and those are all the many different languages. We've got a lanyard that comes with it, and the coolest thing about this lanyard isn't how nice and soft this material is, and it is really soft, or how well this adjustment works. So you got different sizes on here. The coolest thing is they include that tiny little pin. You can see it in my hand right there. That tiny little pin is what makes it so convenient to pull through the loop here, and then you pull your string through, and then you can mount it. I can't tell you how many, I don't know, in my whole lifetime, there's probably been literally hours of my life spent being frustrated at shoving narrow little pieces of loop like this through tiny little holes. This stops that whole problem for once and for all. Well, for this particular light. It seems like a tiny little thing. It's a big deal. At least to me, it's a big deal. And what we have left now is the flashlight itself. So let's talk about this light. One of the really cool features about this light is the double helix grip. Let's take this off because this is removable, the clip. It's on there very, very firmly. I like how wide that clip is. Very, very firm. Love it. So now that I've taken it off, you can see that double helix grip on there. That's got two things going for it. Very functional. And the cool factor, it's just a nice grip. Very well done. There's the branding on there, M1 RAIDER, and then you've got your serial number right underneath there. And all that it has, other than the knurling here on the end, is a tail button with some texture on it. It's hard to see in this light. Black is often hard to record, but you've got a nice little bump on it. And you've got momentary on, where you just push it a little bit and the light comes on. You didn't hear any clicking, right? Just momentary on. Momentary on, and it's on the low. You do it again, momentary on, and it's on the high. And what you have is low and high. That's it. Keep it simple. It's one of the reasons why I really, really like this light. You either have it on the 5 lumen mode, or you have it on the 500 lumen mode. So you can click it all the way, and you're on your 5 lumen mode, and then click it again, and it's 500 lumens the whole time. No problem. Turn it back off, and she's off. Turn it back on, even just the momentary, and it's, on to the, the next mode. Bright or dim, or bright or dim. No spending 5 or 6 clicks to get to the thing that you want. You get to the level you want, at most with 2 clicks. Love it. I've recorded some video outside using this. I'm going to run that video right now. Let's turn the flashlight on here. There's the lowest setting. Let's get close to this stump here. Okay, I'm about 4 feet from that stump now, 3 or 4 feet. And that's the low setting that I was talking about before. And let's try the high setting. There you go. So it turns off in between, like I showed you before. So plenty of light. Way back, you can see that car parked back there. That's about 20 yards away, 20 meters roughly. So lots of light to be able to do whatever you need to do if you're out in the dark. Not too wide of a beam, not too short of a throw. Looks pretty nice if you ask me. And there you go. Yeah, so there's the side of the house. Plenty of light. Plenty of light indeed. Okay, so that's done. Such a cool factor. Works just fine. Let me go get a baseball cap and show you one of the ways I like to use this because it's not very heavy. So here's a baseball cap. Obviously, if the light comes out this end, you're not going to want to put it on a baseball cap like this because you're going to be shining that right in your eye. But since it goes 2 ways, you can put it on your baseball cap that way, and now it's shining out. And all you had to do was put it on. You didn't have to change the clip around. You didn't, like sometimes you have to, some of the lights you have to take the clip off, put it back on the other way. The clip goes either way perfectly. Really good feature. Let's go over some of the specs, and I'll try not to waste your time doing it. What it comes with is a CR123A battery. That's a disposable battery, so you use it up and you dispose of it in an environmentally friendly way. Hopefully, a lot of electronic stores accept batteries these days, and they recycle them properly. You've got the clip, you've got the lanyard. Those are all good. You can also put in a 16340 battery, and that works as well. Same brightness. Your beam distance, the peak beam distance is 97 meters, which is 106 yards. So that's a really good length of throw. The peak intensity is 2,350 candela. Very great. Now, depending what kind of battery you have in here will determine its performance. The battery that they give you, the CR123A and RCR123As, they perform a whole lot better. You turn it on, and if you want it at 500 lumens, you got it at 500 lumens. It'll stay at this brightness for about 5 minutes, and then it'll drop down to 300 lumens, and it'll do that for 2 hours on a fresh battery. Now, on a fresh battery, if you just put it onto the low 5 lumens, you've got 100 hours of performance out of this thing. Now, if you use one of those 16340 batteries, at peak on a fresh battery, you'll still get your 5 minutes, but then you'll only get an hour and 5 minutes of the 300 lumens. So just a little over half of that time period. So it really does make a difference to buy those CR123A batteries. And having disposable batteries, having a few handy is very, very convenient for when you go camping, because if you go camping, you can't really recharge batteries all that easily. And, if you've got a solar panel, all kinds of stuff, yeah, maybe you can, but maybe not so much. Also, on the 16340, in the low mode, you're going to get a maximum of 50 hours of light. Waterproof rating, IPX8. That means you can dunk it into water up to 2 meters deep. That's a little over 6.5 feet, and it'll be fine. If you drop this thing on the ground, you've got 1.5 meters. That's just under 5 feet of protection to drop it. And I must have dropped it each time on this rubber tail end, not on purpose, because it's got 0 damage. I did some drop testing, and maybe it just likes to land on that end. I think it could be because the battery is sort of on this end, and so this end is heavier. And so I guess that might be why it tends to fall down on that end first. I don't know. That's just my supposition. So impact resistance, 1.5 meters, 5 feet. It is 9.1 centimeters long. That's just over 3.5 inches. The diameter here and the body diameter, it's all the same diameter right here. 2.1 centimeters, that's 0.83 of an inch. It's perfect size to fit in your hand. If you, an adult hand, if you, want to carry it around. Not very heavy. It's with the battery inside. It's 65 grams, 2.3 ounces. So not heavy at all. 50 grams if you leave the battery out, but I think most people are going to use it with a battery. Yeah, that's my attempt at humor. So I think I've covered all these things. I didn't tell you the chip in here yet, did I? Sorry about that. This has a luminous SST40 CW LED chip in it for the light. Maybe I've been hiding under a stone or something, but this is my first luminous LED chip that I've used with the lens. The glass is what is the glass? I wrote it down here somewhere. TIR optic lens. And it gives sort of this nice soft beam, which is, well, at 500 lumens, you can use it for self-defense to shine in somebody's face, and they're not going to be able to do anything about it or see what's going on, because that's intense. Even if it's not on a strobe, that's just an intense amount of light in the face. But when you're on the 5 lumen mode, it's perfect for, you put that on your baseball cap or whatever in your tent or whatever, and you're reading, and it just gives you enough light. It's just awesome. And it's not an intense light that's on one spot of the page and you're moving your book around and stuff. I found that to be a very, very good lens and light combination, and works very fine. Some nice little touches is they've got that blue anodization on that ring in there. That helps give it a nice look. I give this thing a absolute and complete recommendation. No questions, no doubts, no caveats. I like it that much. So if you're looking for a flashlight of this size, I've got links down below on where to get it from Amazon. And if you want to, you can check out the Olight website if you don't think there's enough information on Amazon. I'll give you the link to the Amazon Olight page, and you'll have a big list of the Olight different flashlights that they have at Amazon. So thanks for watching my little video. Thanks for subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing, and all the good stuff you guys do for this channel. Remember, stay prepared. You just never know when you're going to need to have a light, even during the day. Bye now.